everybody. Welcome to Mestre Vibes, episode 45. Today I'm doing something a little different. Today I'm walking around the academia and I'm wearing a portable microphone that I ordered from Temu. If you don't know what Temu is, it's a kind of Alibaba, but you can direct. It's weird. It's like Alibaba mixed with Amazon. So it has a lot of stuff that you would regularly see on Amazon, but you're getting it from the source. So sometimes it's a hit and miss, but this microphone sounds pretty good. And today they're doing the construction next door and around. And I'm actually walking around the bigger part of the academia because I really want to hear the audio, because I might be using this on my iPhone to be recording for when I'm traveling and doing interviews so that I can have it. Okay. So here we go. Guys, one of the big things that I'm thinking about with my my documentary is, like, recently I'm thinking, how can I proceed with this? And people have been asking, what's going on? How is it going to move forward? And I'm really thinking, the main reason that I'm doing this documentary is because I want to keep myself doing and producing and creating, and especially for all the people that are interested in what I do. Also long term, my kids can see this and they can see, future students can see this and go, hey, wow, Mestre, you did this, you were there. And the basis, again, is going to be my thesis that I did at Waseda University. And recently, like I said, I went over it and I edited a lot of stuff. In the English version, the edited parts are italicized, so you can see where, I'm adding from, 2024 perspective versus a 2012 perspective. And a lot of the people who were in the original interviews of the interview process that I did are no longer alive. So we're going to see how that's going, and they've passed away and for what reasons. But also at the same time, I want to be able to share the experience and the base, because a lot of times people will think about like cultural, ethnic studies and a lot of these things, and they're really not understanding how the dynamics work. And I want to be able to share that, especially within the Brazilian context of culture. So a lot of that stuff will be involved in my next projects. So right now, not right now, but originally I was thinking, okay, what if I were to travel and start doing things like videography or like a travel vlog? In what way can I do this so that it's most interesting to do, but also most interesting for all of you guys to watch and be a part of and understand and grow with me as I do this? So originally I was thinking, okay, what if I were to interview people in the different parts of Asia? And that would be incredibly challenging. And the biggest thing that I'm running into is, let's be honest, a lot of people lack the ability to organize or to understand. So let me catch you up on a couple of things. I'm going to Hamamatsu, Japan, and I'll be doing a interview workshop day, free workshop for the people down there. And again, if people down there want to donate or buy a t-shirt, event t-shirt, whatever, then that supports the project. However, the two groups that I contacted, one group is incredibly open-minded and sees the value of what I'm doing. However, the other group is like, I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of times dealing with capoeira people, there's a lot of ego and feelings involved that I really feel lack a certain level of professionalism. And I've been through it. I know what it's like. So I understand, and I'm not going to get caught up in it or worry about that too much. So I'm just going to move forward with the people who want to be involved. So step one is I'm going to Hamamatsu, and I'll be there on April 21st. And I'll be dealing with Professor Choquito, his group is generally Brazilian. As far as I remember, there was one older gentleman, probably older, I say older, but my age, Japanese gentleman. Everybody else in the group is Brazilian from what I've seen, which makes that an interesting point to start the videography or the documentary. Why? Because we get to see from a Brazilian side of people who came to Japan and how capoeira and Brazilian culture is represented here, how they feel it is. And a lot of these people are blue collar workers who work in factories and whatnot. So they'll be able to give me a very hands-on, a very day-to-day living of what it's like to be part of Brazilian culture in Japan or in Asia, right? So this is going to be a very interesting way to do things. Now, the first problem that I'm running into is that I'm thinking of doing this all over Asia, and some of the people do not speak English. So it's better for them to speak in their own language. However, the amount of time, energy, and work that would go into translating everything, doing the, like the subtitles and everything would just be so much. So what I've decided to do, and I think it's going to be more interesting, is that the concept is going to be Brazilian soul in Asia through Mestre Sucuri's eyes or through my eyes, so that you guys can get a better sense of how I'm seeing it. At one point, as I'm checking out these different documentaries and different ways of doing things, I'm really realizing that there has to be certain criteria. I consider myself an expert in the field academically and also experienced artistically in everything I do. And I'm going to be doing things from that perspective. I'm going to try to be very warm and welcoming and encompassing. But the truth of the matter is I love what I do, and I'm going to call it how it is. So you guys are going to get a lot of sometimes raw Mestre Sucuri comments. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, but at times, I'm going to have to say, look, this isn't done correctly in capoeira, or at times this is strange because when I've dealt with Brazilians, this is how it works, but it's different here. And a lot of times it'll be, I think in the long run and overall, it'll be a lot better experience, not only for me, but for everybody, if I keep this focused on doing the best and most real that I can do. Right? Like, as later we thought, maybe we'll put it out on YouTube, whatnot. And I'm not sure how far we'll go with this, but I'm really interested in doing a fantastic job and really making all of you guys feel really proud and really, happy for being a part of this whole project. It's been my dream to do this. So let's get started. Let's move forward and let's see how it comes out. The second biggest hurdle that I'm finding is, again, I'm trying to explain to people that I'm going to come and one person I contacted in Taiwan said, hey, I'm coming and I'm doing this project and I'd love to interview since you've been teaching capoeira, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, I don't know. Let me talk to my master. And I'm like, you got to talk to your master for what? Well, they say this is okay. And I said, what do you mean it's okay? Like I'm dealing with people who really, a lot of times really don't understand what I'm doing, even though I've clearly written it out because other people have read it and like, oh, it's super clear. And this has a lot to do also with level of understanding, and something that I'm realizing I'm going to run into a lot in Asia is just a lot of times people don't have a concept of cultural awareness. They think they do just because maybe if you're Thai and you do Thai dance, oh, I have cultural awareness. No, you're doing an artistic thing. Just because you do hip hop, dance and you're African American doesn't mean you understand the African American cultural experience as a whole, not just on your own personal views. And there's nothing wrong with people in their own views, but I'm doing something that's a little bit, I feel more, for lack of a better word, prestigious, something that I really want to do for the future, but also for my own personal and intellectual and academic and cultural growth. So dealing with a lot of the things, for example, like, I said one of the things that's funny, because remember, I'm doing the workshops for free so that I can have people and more people involved so we can have better footage and I can ask more questions. And to do that, it's like I say, hey, look, I'm going to do this. What do you think? And even then there's questions. I'm like, dude, it's like, guys, it's free. It's something of value. And, if you don't like it, no worries, I'll move forward. I could just end up going to Taipei, visiting a couple of schools on my own and not even interviewing, just, perspectives of what I see, like a travel vlog of a mastery of capoeira in Asia. So there's a lot of different things that I have to focus on and a lot of different things that I have to organize. And like I said, the main one I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking through my narration. And the reason is because if I have to start interviewing people, translating, then editing, this project will get really big and way out of hand. For example, let's say I just interviewed 3 or 4 people in Thailand. I need to have all that transcribed in Thai to English. Then I have to put it up on the video. So that's a lot of work. What I want to do is more of like a, not a travel, I guess travel vlog is the best word for it, but with a more goal, right? Like, I went to, here we are in Korea and we're seeing this and, through my narration, and then I'll quote people. I'll say, hey, look, so-and-so felt this way. So-and-so said this. The inference that I got from that was this. And that's how I really think I want to take this documentary forward, mostly because if I don't, it'll be so much extra work that I don't really think I can do at my level of doing. See, I still got to do film gradients, recordings, sound checks. I want to do some musical recordings. I got my cameras, B-roll, all these different things, script writing, all these different things that we're going to be doing. And I need to be able to do it all, plus, work what I really generally do. Okay. So guys, if you have any questions or any ideas that would be beneficial so that I could do, or any ideas of what I could do for the documentary, let me know. This week has just been fantastic. We have the Capoeira Jam session next Friday. It's a national holiday here, so we're on a weekend schedule. And then next month, I've been getting ready for the kids' spring carnival, and I'm having so much fun because I've gotten things like the little kids' toy golf set. I've got the little kids' basketball set, and my wife and I should be sitting down and start choosing some prizes and starting getting all that stuff done as well. So I'm just really excited for what's going on. April 21st in Hamamatsu, Japan. Korea is the last weekend, which is of May, which is going to be May 25th, 26th. So I'll be there for that. And I'll also hopefully see some of my old friends in Korea that I haven't had a chance to see in a while. I'm going to keep this one a little bit short today because I'm getting a little bit busy just organizing and finally having everything done. Guys, thank you so much. Comment, let me know what you think. Always for your support. Lots of love, lots of peace, and lots of capoeira. Mestre Vibes.